claw his way to the Alpha throne, Ryan sold me out, throwing me straight into the bed of the Alpha King, a man rumored to be absolutely ruthless. He pumped me full of wolfbane, muffled my mouth, and proudly bragged to the middleman.
This face looks exactly like the dead queen.
What he didn't know was that the Alpha King he was bending over backed to please was my own father. He was even more clueless about the agonizing, brutal death that awaited anyone who dared to lay a finger on the Alpha King's daughter. Inside the VIP suite, my vocal cords were shattered and my back was whipped to shreds. When my father pushed the door open and walked in, he didn't even recognize me, curled up in the corner. Not until I used the last ounce of my length to smear the blood from the corner of my cheek onto my necklace. The moment a crimson light exploded, my father snapped his head around, and the entire private club collapsed under the crushing weight of his aura. To claim the Alpha throne, my mate used me as a bargaining chip, and handed me over to the feared Alpha King, a man whispered about as cruel and ruthless. Watching his flattering and ingratiating expression, I almost laughed out loud, because this fool had no clue that the man he was bending over back to impress was actually my father. He was even more clueless about the devastation that would come for anyone who dared to have designs on the Alpha King's daughter. In the cold, damp basement, the air was thick with a sharp, medicinal smell. I'd barely been here half an hour when they prised me down and pumped me full of a high dose of wolf bile and a centipede. The wolf inside me was completely shut down, and even my scent was wiped out clean. By the iron door not far away, my mate Ryan was bragging to his beta, going on about how he'd finally found the ticket that would secure his throne as Alpha of the Shadow Pack. The beta left, and Ryan made a phone call. That smug look vanished off his face in a heartbeat, and his tone turned as graveling as a dog begging for scraps.
Yeah, everything's ready. I can hand her over to that Alpha anytime. As for your support in my bid to become Alpha of the Shadow Pack, I'd appreciate it if you could put in a good word for me. I'll see you soon.
Fear crawled under my skin like bugs. My wolf Lilith was thrashing, trying to break free, but I couldn't muster an ounce of strength. Soon Ryan hung up, strode over, and cupped my face in both hands. I squeezed my eyes shut in disgust.
Bella, you look gorgeous tonight. Don't hate me for being so harsh. You know what happened. The Alpha of the Shadow Pack died suddenly, and now every hair is going insane trying to claim the Alpha title. I'm nowhere near as strong as they are. Without outside backing, I'll lose for sure. But fortunately, your face is a dead ringer for that dead mate of his. As long as you keep that Alpha satisfied in bed, my Alpha position will be secure. It's only one night. Then I'll take you back home, and you'll still be my mate. Bella, please don't hate me. Most important, once we get there, do not fight back. If you resist, it'll only get worse.
I managed to crack my eyes open and glance down at the white dress I've put on specially tonight. Ryan was right. I dressed up because he'd promised to take me to meet the Pack's elders, announce our fated bond in front of everyone, and officially mark me tonight. I naively thought I'd finally found true love. Turns out he'd been using me the whole time. Just the Alpha throne of the Shadow Pack. That was all I was worth in his eyes. Ryan could have just asked me for help. I would have helped him easily. But instead, he chose betrayal. My mind was racing, desperately searching for a way out. I remembered the necklace around my neck, a token my father had given me. If it touched my blood, no matter where I was, he'd sense it instantly. The problem was, the wolf pain was taking effect too fast. I didn't even have the strength to bite my own finger hard enough to draw blood, so I decided to wait until the effects wore off a little. Besides, no matter who Ryan was handing me over to, as long as I could say my father's name, they wouldn't dare lay a finger on me. And if that failed, I still had the necklace. A few minutes later, a bunch of gammas burst in, yanked me out of the basement roughly, and tossed me into the back seat of a black car. The car sped off and finally pulled up to the back entrance of a private club.
I brought her, just like you asked.
You'd send your own fated mate to another man's bed, Ryan. You really will do anything for that Alpha position. But you were right. She does look exactly like his dead mate.
Not only does she look just like her, she's a rogue with no pack to protect her. Even if she gets played to death, nobody's coming after us.
If he's satisfied, the Shadow Pack Alpha throne is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Mason.
Don't thank me yet. Let's hope she catches his eye. He's picky and hates it when people shove women into his bed. So I'm making an exception to let you bring her to the VIP suite tonight and let him decide for himself. He's already on his way.
My father had casually mentioned once that he'd recently promoted a beta named Mason to run the gray market operations on the edge of the Lightborn Pack. Ryan, that absolute idiot, The person he had been desperately trying to curry fair favor with was none other than that Mason who works for my father. It felt like a ridiculous joke the moon goddess herself had played on me. I was being dragged forward, my blurry vision catching the symbol carved into the building ahead, the one that belonged exclusively to my father. Neither Ryan nor any of them had any idea that the woman they were dragging along was the Alpha King's only daughter. Back then, to let me roam and gain experience across different territories, my father Theo Crow had made me swear to the moon goddess that I would never tell anyone my real identity. He was terrified that if it ever got out, someone would use me as a pawn in their power games. So Mason had never seen me before. Counting on him to save me? Not a chance. Worse than that, I knew my father too well. Ever since my mother passed 8 years ago, he'd become incredibly paranoid. He hadn't touched a single woman since, and he absolutely despised anyone who tried to use anything about my mother to get on his good side. If I were shoved in front of him tonight looking like this, he wouldn't give me a second glance. He'd simply order everyone here to be torn to pieces along with me. Their plan was doomed from the start. So right now, my only hope was the necklace around my neck. If I could smear some blood on it, my father would sense my location instantly. With how sharp his senses were, he definitely realized something was wrong. Mason finished a cigarette cleaning against the wall, then waved his hand, and his men roughly dragged me into the elevator. After passing through several hidden doors, I was thrown into a top-left suite. My waist slammed into the arm of the sofa, and the pain nearly made me throw up.
Has the Alpha King arrived?
Just arrived. He's dealing with a few troublemaking rogues right now.
Then we wait.
I know you're awake, Bella. Be a good girl and please the Alpha King. Once I've secured the pack's inheritance, I'll bring you back home, okay?
Screw you.
What?
Screw you! I'd rather die than do this.
What's going on?
It's nothing. Just teaching her how to serve the Alpha King later.
It better be nothing. But if she acts like this in front of the Alpha King, we're all dead tonight.
I already warned you. Once we got here, you were supposed to behave.
In that moment, Ryan's eyes were filled with the madness of a man backed into a corner. I no longer recognized him at all.
Go ahead, hit me. Let's see if you actually dare.
I knew full well I shouldn't provoke him, but I was simply too furious. I couldn't believe my own mate was actually handing me over to another man. If this Alpha King wasn't my father, tonight would be a nightmare I wouldn't survive.
Don't mess up her face. That's her only selling point.
I barely got the word out before Mason shot me a look.
Make her shut up. I don't want any noise coming out of this room that might irritate the Alpha King.
Ryan turned his head to look at me. Whatever gentleness he'd once had was completely gone now, his eyes wild, clearly calculating how to punish me without leaving obvious marks.
I'll ask you one last time, Bella. Are you gonna help me or not? Just with someone else tonight. Who knows, you might even like it.
I stared at Ryan and gave him no response at all. I was completely done with him now. It was time to get out of here. My hand naively crept toward my collarbone, searching for the necklace. Empty! There was nothing there! My heart dropped instantly. It must have snapped off while I was struggling in the basement, or just now when I was thrown onto the sofa. I scanned the entire room, but found no trace of it anywhere.
Hey, Bella. Cat got your tongue?
You asked for this, bitch!
Brian let go of my hair and suddenly pulled a dagger from a sheath on his thigh. The blade had a grayish sheen, coated in silver powder, a weapon specifically made for dealing with rogues. Any cut it made would be slow to heal.
Don't you crave freedom more than anything, baby? Tell me, if I sever both your ham stems, would you still be able to run off anywhere?
You're insane.
Freedom. Yeah, that was what I wanted. I didn't want to be bound by the identity of the Alpha King's daughter. That was why I'd left my father in the first place, to train on my own, away from everything I was supposed to be. I didn't Ryan was serious. He wasn't that far gone.
As long as her face stays intact, that's all that matters, right?
Go ahead. The Alpha only needs her obedient in bed. With both legs broken, she'd actually be easier to handle.
No! I screamed! Don't touch me!
Then behave. Promise me you'll do whatever it takes to please him later.
Are you sure the Alpha King wants to see me reeling like this? At least let me wash my face.
Take her to get cleaned up. Also, change her into something more revealing. What the fuck is she wearing now?
Ryan put away the knife, yanked me up off the ground, and shoved me roughly toward the bathroom.
I can walk on my own.
The necklace was gone. Staying here meant only waiting to die. I had to escape. Even dying in the hallway would be better than staying here to endure this humiliation. Mason and his men assumed I'd been thoroughly frightened by the silver blade, and were too busy murmuring to each other about how to suck up to my father. The guards really had grown careless. Two of them were even leaning against the wall chatting, not even glancing my way. In that instant, I clearly saw the door left half open. The instinct to survive overturned reason in a single heartbeat. Without hesitation, I spun around and used every last bit of strength I had left, rushing toward the door like crazy. Just a few more steps and I'd be completely free of this place. I was almost there. The exit was right there ahead. Just as my fingers were about to brush the door handle, a thick, heavy arm suddenly clamped around my neck from the side and yanked me violently back. Mason swung my whole body around and threw me down hard. My back slammed hard into the edge of the coffee table, and I coughed up a mouthful of blood. He towered over me and pressed his foot down on my shoulder, his eyes ice cold.
Trying to run? You have a death wish, huh?
My vision started to blur. My throat was filled with the taste of blood. I realized in despair that there was no way I could force my way out on my own. I lay on the floor as if resigned to my fate. There was truly no escaping now. At that moment, Ryan stormed over furiously. He grabbed the back of my collar and dragged me toward the center of the room.
Damn it, you dared to trick me.
He yanked out a skimpy, see-through dress that was basically a piece of lingerie and threw it in my face.
Mason said the Alpha King likes this style. Put it on right now.
That scrap of cloth didn't even cover my intestines, and it left the whole back bare. I would rather die than wear something like that to meet my father. It was more humiliating than being killed. Seeing that I hadn't moved at all, Ryan lunged at me and, in front of everyone, began tearing wildly at the white dress I was wearing.
What are you doing? Get off me! Ah!
Helping you change, obviously. Changing in front of everyone.
So you can get used to spreading your legs for men early!
Get off! Don't touch me!
Ryan backhanded me hard, a slap that knocked me to the floor.
Cut the act! You think I actually wanted to be mated to a rogue with no pack like you? From day one, all I cared about was this face of yours. A face that could get me the Alpha's seat. Now use that body of yours to help me get the Alpha position, Bella.
His words landed like another slap across my face. I had once believed the fated mate the moon goddess granted me was something special. I'd believed he loved the real me, unlike those suitors who only flattered me for my status and looks. But I had been dead wrong.
Ryan, aren't you afraid of karma?
Enough talk. Put the clothes on.
Just as he was about to tear off my last piece of clothing by force, a knock came at the door.
Mason! The Alpha King is coming upstairs. He'll be here any moment. You hear that? Get it on! Now!
I sat on the floor, clutching the torn remains of my dress. Mason walked over and crouched in front of me. Looking at my half-bare shoulders, a sickening look flashed through his eyes.
You're so beautiful. If the Alpha King doesn't want you, you'll belong to me tonight.
Don't touch me!
His smile vanished instantly. Another slap came crashing across my face. This time I was knocked clean off balance, slamming hard onto the carpet, my vision swimming.
Don't touch you? Your own mate already sold you off. You think you still have a choice? If you won't strip, I'll have all 8 guards in this room strip you themselves.
His hand reached for me again, making nausea rise uncontrollably in my throat. Now the necklace was lost, and my strength was gone. If I didn't stop him now, I probably wouldn't even make it to see my father's face tonight. I had no choice left but to gamble. I braced myself on my arms, lifted my head, my mouth full of the taste of blood, and looked him straight in the eye.
Theo Krauk.
Mason froze. The guards around us went ratchet as well.
He's the Alpha King, isn't he? I'm his daughter. If any of you dare touch me again tonight, he'll make sure you don't even know how you died.
The room fell into a terrifying silence.
The Alpha King's daughter? Why wouldn't you carry even a trace of the royal bloodline scent? And why would you be mixed up with a piece of trash like Ryan, who'll do anything to climb the ladder? And why didn't you say so the moment you walked in?
I didn't answer. Because Ryan had been covering my mouth the whole time, never giving me a chance to speak. And besides, I've been pumped full of drugs. The suppressant had sealed my scent away completely.
You think I'm an idiot?
He held out his hand to one of his men. A whip soaked in silver solution was placed into it.
How dare you play your tricks on me using the Alpha King?
Searing pain exploded before my eyes almost instantly.
Do you know how many reckless women come here every single day, claiming they're carrying the Alpha King's pups, or claiming to have some connection to him?
Crashed another lash.
Do you know how many women like you I've killed with my own hands?
Another lash. Then another. Finally, once Mason had had his fill, he tossed the bloodied whip aside and turned to pull out a tube of green liquid. It was highly concentrated wolfbean. A large enough dose would completely erode the vocal cords. He grabbed a fistful of my hair and forced the poison down my throat.
Later, if you dare say even one extra word in front of the Alpha King, I'll make sure your body is never found in one piece.
Then, he let go and flung me onto the sofa. My throat was completely ruined, unable to produce a single sound. The poison left me dizzy and disoriented. But I couldn't just sit here and wait to die. The necklace. I had to find it. I couldn't count on my father immediately picking up my masked scent in a room already reeking of blood. I couldn't get to my feet, only scrambling desperately between the cushions of the sofa. Where on earth had it fallen? Suddenly, the door to the room was pushed open from outside. An overwhelming pressure instantly blanketed the entire room. Everyone in the room began to tremble uncontrollably, and Mason and Ryan immediately dropped their heads. I forced my eyes open. Standing in the doorway, that tall, imposing figure was my father, Theo Croc. Dad, I tried desperately to call out, but my throat was completely wrecked, and only a faint, breathy sound came out. No one could hear it.
What's going on here? There's a disgusting stench of blood. Apologies, Alpha King. I was just disciplinating a disobedient piece of trash.
My father's gaze swept over me. I lay curled on the sofa, my hair covering my face, my scent entirely masked by the suppressor and wolfbane. He didn't recognize me.
What's the deal with this one? Alpha King, this is Ryan. He's after the Shadow Pack Alpha position, and he specifically found a woman who looks remarkably like the Queen to offer.
I've warned you before! Don't go thinking you can just bring women to me! Alpha King, one look and you'll understand. Just one look. Her face, it's an exact match for the late Queen. Surely exactly what you—
Dad, I called out again silently, my vision already blurred with tears. I tried hard to sit up, my hands groping blindly for support on the sofa. Suddenly, my fingers slipped into the crack between the cushions and brushed against a cold metal pendant. My necklace! It was right there, hidden in the crack this whole time.
You're asking to die.
Who gave you permission to disgust me with this face?
He wouldn't even spare another glance, turning to walk straight towards the door.
No, Dad, don't go.
I used every last bit of strength left in my body to grip the necklace tight. Blood from where Mason had struck me was still trickling down from the corner of my mouth. Without hesitation, I pressed my lips against the pendant. The moment the blood touched it, my father, who was about to walk out the door, stopped in his tracks abruptly. He clutched his chest, his massive body swaying violently. He spun around immediately, his gaze locking instantly onto the corner of the sofa.
What is that in your hand, you bitch?
Just as his hand was about to reach me, a suffocating wave of pressure hit, sending Ryan flying across the room before he could even scream, and he coughed up a fountain of blood. Mason knelt with a thud in terror, begging for mercy over and over. My father crossed the entire room in a few strides and dropped to one knee in front of me. His hands trembling, he carefully brushed aside the hair matted with my blood. When he got a clear look at my face, the revealing dress on my body, and the whip wounds crusted with silver powder, the fury in his eyes flared even hotter.
Dad.
My father's face turned deathly pale in an instant. I must have looked terrible.
Alpha King, this is the woman I mentioned to you, the one who looks so much as the late Queen. What do you think of her? For a second there, I almost thought you two actually knew each other.
My father didn't even spare him a glance. His broad hand held mine tightly. I could feel that this Alpha King, a man feared by every pack, was actually trembling. When he raised his head, I saw the fury in his eyes. I knew right then Mason and Ryan were dead men walking. He gently touched my cheek, then stood up and stared down at everyone in the room.
Alpha King, don't be angry. His bitch just tricked me by claiming she was your daughter. I mean, isn't your daughter always out training somewhere? So I figured she was just some brazen rogue messing with us. I was only disciplining her on your behalf.
What did you do to her?
Just made her swallow a tube of wolfbane, gave her a few lash with the silver whip, nothing serious. A liar like her daring to joke about your bloodline deserves a bit of a lesson, doesn't she? And if she goes running her mouth to other packs...
Kneel.
The moment the word left his lips, a suffocating aura of power exploded throughout the room. Mason's legs buckled. He dropped to his knees with a thud.
Alpha King? I told you to kneel properly, you damn scum. You think you know me well, Mason? You think that because I promoted you, you understand where my limits are? Now you've taken it upon yourself to discipline people on my behalf? What's next? Are you planning to take my throne? Alpha King, I just...
My father flung him aside with a casual toss, slamming him hard onto the bar table. The sound of shattering glass rang out alongside Mason's scream.
She is my own flesh and blood daughter, you dumbass.
I didn't know! I swear it on the moon goddess! It was him! It was this piece of trash! He's the one who offered it up his own fated mate just to become the Shadow Pack Alpha! Alpha King, I beg you, I didn't know her identity either, I swear it! Alpha King, I never actually touched her! Shut up! Not knowing who she was is not excuse for dragging her here. That doesn't make this acceptable, you pieces of scum.
Lock down the entire club. They're not walking out of here alive.
Yes, Alpha!
Bella, can you hold on a little longer? If any of them laid a hand on you, I'll tear them apart right now.
I tried to sit up, but the wolf pain had every ounce of my strength, and my vision went dark for a moment. My eyes landed on a glass of water on the table.
Drink slowly. The wolf ain't hurt your vocal cords. Don't force yourself to talk.
Everyone in the room stared at us in shock. They'd never once seen the cold, brutal Alpha King show such a gentle side.
He sold me for the Shadow Pack Alpha position.
What was the deal he made?
Sleep with you for a night, in exchange for your support. And that's not all. He also held a silver blade to my knee just now, threatened to sever my hamstring so I could never run away for the rest of my life.
That monster. So you're nothing but a who can't even protect his own mate, and yet you thought you could trade her away for the Alpha position?
Alpha, please, I beg you. The competition in the Shadow Pack is too fierce and I'm too weak. If I hadn't done this, I would have died.
How wonderful. You love breaking people's legs that much? Then how about you get crippled first?
My father stomped down hard on Ryan's knee, grinding it with force. A sharp crack rang out through the room. Ryan let out an agonized scream and tried to fight back, but he was pinned completely helpless to the floor by my father's overwhelming pressure.
Please, please, please spare me.
My father didn't stop. He lifted his foot and crushed Ryan's other leg outright. Ryan shrieked and writhed on the floor, the agony nearly knocking him unconscious. Even so, he kept mumbling incoherent pleas for mercy until a few seconds later he passed out completely from the pain. My father turned around, his expression even more terrifying than before. Two tall guards walked in and dragged Ryan away, blood trailing along the floor of the corridor in a long stripe. I turned my head to look at Mason. The arrogance he'd worn just moments ago had vanished entirely. He knelt on the floor trembling, staring at me in despair. Mason understood clearly that once he was in the Alpha King's hands, what awaited him would be a torment far worse than death. He didn't beg my father for mercy. Instead, he scrambled and lunged toward me. My father was quick, kicking him hard so he went flying into the wall.
If you dare get near her again, I'll make you wish you were dead right now.
Please, Alpha King. You've never revealed your daughter's face. I truly didn't know. And she didn't carry even a trace of it.
Do I need to explain myself to you?
No, I wouldn't dare.
What else did he do to you, Bella?
Not just forcing Wolf down my throat, he also whipped me with that coated in silver powder.
I don't even allow myself to raise my voice at her, and you
Dared to whip her with a silver lash! Alpha King, I was wrong. I truly didn't know. I was only trying to please you. I was just vetting women for you.
How many times did you whip Bella just now?
I didn't count.
Then we'll start at 1,000.
The silver whip lashed hard across Mason's back. His screams rang out again and again alongside his pleas for mercy. Then, my father tossed the whip to two of the guards.
You're on whipping duty. You count. Put your full strength into it. 1,000 slashes of the silver whip. If he's still breathing after that, keep going. If he is even one lash short, you will answer for it with your lives.
Yes, sir.
Sharp, agonized screams echoed through the room. The poison was spreading through my body, my vision starting to blur, my body tipping forward.
Bella! What are you standing around for? Notify the Wolf Healy immediately. Get the antidote ready right now.
Don't be afraid, Bella. Every single person who touched you tonight, Dad will make them pay for it.
I spent the whole night trapped in nightmares. When I woke, I found myself lying in the spacious bedroom back home.
How are you feeling, Belly? Does your leg still hurt? Is anything else bothering you?
I hadn't been back in this room for nearly 3 years. Back then, in order to escape the identity of a royal princess and pursue freedom, I had insisted on leaving my father's protection. I had believed I was strong enough. But now, looking at this familiar room, I realized without the protection of the Lightborn pack, I'd end up betrayed by my own fated mate.
Why are you crying? Don't be afraid, Dad is right here. As for the scum who hurt you, I've already made their lives hell.
It's not because of them. Dad, I missed you. I missed home.
The wolf healer is right outside. I'll have them come in and check on you again. How are you feeling?
I opened my mouth, but my voice was still horny. I pointed to my throat, then to my knee.
Please don't worry. Although the dose of wolf you were forced to swallow was quite large, the antidote has already neutralized the toxin. Your vocal cords will fully recover after a few days of rest. That bastard Ryan cut her with a silver blade. Will there be any lasting effects? There won't be, Alpha King. She's inherited your powerful bloodline, and the wound is healing well. It won't affect her running or hunting in the future at all.
Hearing that answer, Annie relaxed. If I'd lost Thela to run, it would have been worse than death for me. After the healer left, the room fell into a long silence. My father looked at me, his eyes full of regret. I knew what he was thinking. He would blame himself for ever letting me leave the path.
What do you want done with Ryan and Mason? I've kept those jerks alive for now, because I think you should be the one to decide their fate.
Hearing my wolf Lilith wanted nothing more than to charge and tear them apart right then. Doesn't Ryan dream of becoming an alpha? Doesn't the Bone Frost Pat always have rogues fighting each other all year round? Exile him there.
Death would be too easy for him. Let him spend the rest of his life as the lowest rank Omega in the Bonos hack in 50 below zero weather, endlessly bullied, never even able to die. That's the best punishment for him.
As you wish. He'll spend the rest of his life there as a useless loser.
As for Mason, he hadn't only threatened me, he'd also tried to humiliate me in the most vile, all while using my father's name to do it.
Dad, didn't you always say you hated people who use your name for their own schemes more than anything?
That's right. And he hurt you. For that alone, he doesn't get to live.
Then let's do it by the rules. Since he loves throwing his weight around so much, throw him in with the rogues. Let him find out what it feels like to be torn apart alive.
I'll take care of it. I won't let any more trash come near you ever again.
After my father left, I leaned back against the pillow. The physical pain was gradually fading thanks to strong healing ability, but the shame from Ryan stayed Raj in heart like a thorn. I used to think my father's methods were too cruel, but didn't lay myself looking like my late mother. I only Brian for his greed. But it didn't matter, he's about to pay the price. Over the following days, I devoted myself entirely to recovering. The antidote had thoroughly cleared the poison from my system, and my wolf Lilith regained her usual strength.
Ryan woke up. I told him he was about to exile to the Bone Frost Pack, and he shook all over with fear.
Did he beg for mercy?
He was crying like a baby the whole time, but he said before he's exiled, he wants to see you one last time. I was ready to just rip his tongue out if it should be your call to make.
I hadn't planned on seeing him at all, but since my heart-to-heart that as his fated mate, I needed to completely sever the bond between us, otherwise my wolf would always be affected by it.
Fine. I'll see him this afternoon.
My father gently ruffled my hair.
And Mason? Was he thrown in with the rogues?
Already done. He was thrown in after his limbs were broken. I wasn't going to tell you the details, I know you used to be soft-hearted, but that guy lasted less than 10 minutes before he was torn to shreds.
He got exactly what he deserved. We don't even know how many innocent people he killed behind my back. Trash like him doesn't deserve mercy at all.
Good. Feels like you grew up overnight.
Isn't that a good thing, Dad?
I'm just proud of you, and it breaks my heart that you had to go through so much. I always taught you to be merciful before, but now I have to tell you, too much mercy only makes people push their luck.
I understand that completely now, I said softly. But I'm all right.
After that, the conversation shifted to something lighter. My father brought up plans for after I fully recovered. I could tell he was actually afraid of me leaving the Lightborn pack again, but I still longed for freedom, and I couldn't give up my goal of becoming stronger.
Dad, I said softly, I know you worry about me, but I can't hide behind your protection for the rest of my life. I have to become stronger.
I know, with a hint of resignation. So I've reached out to the top training camp. It's a place that trains elite alphas. How about going there for advanced training?
My eyes widened slightly in surprise. I always assumed that, after everything that happened, almost laughed loud. He'd lock me inside the pack for the rest of my life.
Once you're fully recovered and ready, you can set off anytime.
I thought you wouldn't let me leave the pack again.
I'm the Alpha King, but I'm your father first. I only want you strong enough that no one would dare bully you, but promise me, this time you absolutely cannot refuse the guards I assign you.
I promise.
Oh, if you ever find a fated mate again, you have to bring him in front of me first. If he can still stand after I break both his legs, then he's barely passed the test.
I promise. I couldn't help but laugh.
But don't worry, for at least the next 10 years, I'm going to focus on getting stronger. I won't be interested in any new guys anymore. That afternoon, in the underground cell, I saw Ryan. In just a few days, he had been tortured into something barely recognizable as human. His shattered knees left him sprawled on the ground like a heap of mush, his whole body reeking of fear and stench.
Bella.
The instant he saw me, he propped himself up on his elbows and crawled towards me. I stepped back in disgust.
Don't come near me. Your smell makes me sick.
Please, don't be afraid of me. I really didn't mean it. I was just so stupid.
Seeing him in this state, I felt no pity, no anger, only contempt.
I know nothing I say can make up for it. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I don't want to go to Bone Frost Pack. I'll freeze to death there. I'm so sorry for threatening to sever your hamstrings. I was forced to do that. Mason was terrifying. I thought if I scared you into behaving, I could protect you within that deal. If Mason hadn't forced me, I never would have done that. I truly loved you. I just wanted to become an alpha so badly. I wanted to give you a better life.
Stop lying, Ryan. Back in the basement, I heard everything clearly. You were the one who dialed that call.
His face drains of all color, turning a sickly ashen gray in an instant.
You were the one who proposed the deal to that trash Mason.
He slumps back against the haystack, unable to meet her gaze.
No one forced you into anything. You're nothing but a pathetic, spineless coward driven by pure, disgusting greed. And not only that, you also brag proudly that my face could be your ticket to securing the Alpha throne. Is that what your love is? Injecting me with wolfbait?
No. Bella, listen to me explain.
Now you know whose daughter I am. Do you really think that pathetic excuse of yours can save your life? I, Bella Croak, hereby formally reject you, Ryan, as my fated mate in the name of the Moon Goddess. From this day forward, we shall never meet again.
Please, Bella, don't send me to the Bone Frost Pack. I'll do anything.
Shut up. You're disgusting.
I hope you have a wonderful life in the Bone Freeze Pack. At least there, no one will fight you for an alpha title anymore. Watch him closely. Send him to the Bone Frost Pack tonight.
That trash taken care of?
I took the handkerchief and wiped my hands, nodding with a smile. That was the last time in my life I ever saw Ryan.
Do you think I've become cold-blooded, Dad?
No, you've just grown up. Remember this, we never accept betrayal, and we never need to go soft on our enemies.
Enough about miserable trash. To celebrate my recovery, how about I make dinner tonight?
That's a rare offer.
After all, I'll be heading to the training next month. There won't be much time left to spend with you.
All right, whatever you say.
A few months later, I set off for the top training camp to begin my own journey of growth. My father visited often, bringing back all sorts of rare herbs and delicious food. 2 years later, at the dueling frontal generation of Alpha Heirs, I defeated every challenge, overwhelming strength, claimed first place. When I stood on the podium, looking down my father applauding for me, I knew I had finally done it. As the entire crowd bowed their heads to me in respect and took a deep breath of the air of freedom, this was it, the life I was meant to live. I looked towards the still erect figure in the crowd, his eyes slightly reddened, looking at me with pride and heartache, just like when I first returned. I nodded gently towards him. This was my reply to my father, and also to the fearless version of myself from the past. The journey I've traveled and the hardships I've endured over the years have never been in vain. I am no longer the little girl who easily fell for sweet talk and hid under my father's wings. I have finally grown into an alpha who can stand on my own 2 feet, and I have finally lived the life I want. The Moon Goddess didn't give me the predestined love I wanted, but she gave me the courage to love and hate boldly, and the opportunity to take charge of my own life again. I will continue to walk the rest of the way, bearing my father's expectations and the pride in my bones, moving forward all the time. At the end of the story, one day after Wenchel training and return to the capital, at the celebration my father held for me, a strange alpha handed me a glass of wine. His Faramir was refreshing as wind from the snowy mountains, carrying a warmth that even my wolf felt at ease.
Congratulations, Bella. I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
I looked at my reflection clearly reflected in his eyes and suddenly remembered what my father had said many years ago. It turned out that the right person never needed me to compromise or sacrifice my dignity for love. I took the glass, gently clinked it with his, and looked up at him with a smile.
Then it's up to you to show your performance.
My new story had just begun.